Welcome everyone, I hope you're all doing very well, and today we are going to be having Slaanesh with Stormrunner going up against Loopy and Grand Cathay. So I do apologise for the late cast today. I've been getting absolutely slammed by work, but nonetheless we're going to be playing here on the Vampire Forests, starting here with Loopy and Grand Cathay. In the front we are going to see three of the elite Great Longmar riders, supported here by a Lord choice of the Dragon-Blooded Lord of Yang. So here with the Jade Amulet and Arcane Conduit, the spells of the Dragon's Breath, Jade Shield, and then also the scales of the Celestial Core. So relatively cheap overall, flying in the sky. It's going to be pretty tough here to snipe the Lord choice. On the floor, we are going to have Jade Warriors with the Sword and Shield, backed up by Jade Warrior Halberd as well here in the pockets and the rear. So we're going to make up this nice little section where we're going to be having the triple Jade Warrior Crossbows. So a nice build here which is going to be really fulfilled by the Harmony of Yin and then also the Harmony of Yang. So get some really good buffs across the battlefield. So for Slaanesh, we are going to be having Chaos Furies in the sky. 2 units, sadly not having 4, so we might get a little bit overwhelmed here by the Grand Cathay Flying Force. The Cultist of Slaanesh, only 1, as of course we did get that debuff there to the Cultist heroes, as they can only bring 1 summon. 1 unit of the Exalted Demonettes here on the right hand side. They're going to be here with the Charmed, bucket loads of armor piercing, and the Soul Scent abilities. In the front, Sword and Shield here for the Marauders. It's going to be 1, 2, 3 units backed up by a second Exalted Demonette. For the Lord Choice, we are going to have the Exalted Keeper of Secrets here with the Shadows Magic. So Arcane Conduit, as well here as the Feasting on Fear, the Soul Siphon, the Glamour of Slaanesh, the Smoke and Mirrors, and the spells of the Oakum's Mind Razor, the Enfeebling Foe, and then also the Pit of Shade. The abilities here of the Ballet of Blows, and then also Seductive Glory. Over here in the trees, we are going to have some Seekers of Slaanesh, backed up by the Hellstriders, so good anti-large and poison, and then brilliant armor piercing here with magic damage. So looking very, very good here across the battlefield. Looking like we're very prepared here coming from Stormrunner. Of course, Slaanesh, very tough to take on here, especially in land battles. They really do suffer. But we do see some Seekers in the back, backed up by more Hellstriders. So some good cavalry contingent here going from Slaanesh. Now, it looks like in the middle, we are going to get Great Longmars fighting. No, very nice stuff here. Storm is going to be getting the Furies down on the floor, which means if we do want to fight them, we're also going to have to fight the Exalted Demonette. So it's a very, very powerful movement there coming out of Storm. So it looks like we're going to be charging forward. Slaaneshes are going to be coming forward. Looks like we are going to be having the Cultist as well. Lots of infantry going to be getting into position. We do have bronze shields here from the Marauders. So a little bit of a skip on here. The hero comes forward, getting shot quite a bit. We've got to be very, very careful there. She's going to be losing a lot of health, so down by at least 25% already. And these crossbows, they're very accurate, so they're going to be destroying the hero who only has 25 armor. No shields here, so it's going to be rather devastating. Dragon Breath is going to be burning the backside here of the Marauders in the front. Only a couple going to be feeling the heat of the breath attack, and now we're going to be moving in with the Great Longmar Riders, charging after the hero. It looks like she is going to get a Gate of Slaanesh in the pocket, but it looks like it's not going to go off. Maybe fighting him out in combat is going to be kind of disactivating that ability. In the middle, we are going to get Hellstriders fighting, so we are going to get the Jade Shield on the Jade Warrior Crossbow, so nice activation there coming from Loopy, very aware on the battlefield. In the sky, we are going to get Great Longmars. I don't see any more of those Harpies. Looks like the Harpies were dealt with. But in the back, Demonette's charging forward. We are going to get cavalry contingent around the side here with the elite Exalted Demonettes. So they're going to be charging forward. The Jade Warriors, unfortunately, going to be facing the wrong way. And look at that! Fantastic stuff. It's going to be down the bowling alley here for the Jade Warrior Crossbows. They're going to get punted left, right, and centre. Dragon Lord is going to move around. We are going to get a breath attack. Lovely right there on the Exalted Demonettes. Only 15 armor, so that breath attack really doesn't have much AP, but neither here do the Demonettes of Slaanesh. So charging in the middle, the Exalted Keeper of Shadows. She's going to be using those fantastic melee animations as she's going to be fighting up against the Halberds here. But these Halberds, they will do some devastating damage. Anti-large and armor piercing will be very strong here up against the Exalted Keeper. Over here on the side, we are going to have the Cultist, who's now summoned. We are going to be fighting her alongside some Jade Warriors. The Sword and Shield infantry are going to be falling to the Seekers and Exalted Demonettes. We are going to be having Marauders of Slaanesh fighting up against the Jade Warrior Halberds. These have bonus versus infantry, but not really enough AP to fight up against 90 armor of the regular Jade Warriors. So they're going to be doing very strong here in the middle, and might even hold the line so we get some of those Jade Warrior crossbows back online. So 3 are going to be in the back here, but of course we do have the mobility side. It's actually going to be quite hotly contested. A lot of the cavalry is going to be forwarding from Slaanesh, and we could see some late game dominance coming out of the Great Longmar Riders, but we certainly can get in the back and start compromising some of these Jade Warrior Crossbows. In the middle, the Marauders are going to be falling in droves, but they are going to be fighting still relatively well considering the price pool up against some of the sword and shield of these Jade Warriors. In the middle, Double Halberd's going to be chasing after the Lord Choice, looking rather healthy at the moment, but the Crossbows are back online. We need to get the cavalry in the back, but of course, very nicely here, Loopy is going to be protecting them with the Great Longmires in the sky. They're going to be floating menacingly in the sky, so if we do charge in, we are going to get a nice counter charge from the Great Longmire Riders. In the pocket, more Marauders here, just chaff being thrown against chaff here. The Jade Warrior Halberd's Chant has been activated. -8 melee attack is huge, bringing Halberds down to 16 melee attack. And that's going to be really devastating for sure. Look at those Jade Shield animations here. That's going to be some fantastic 44% damage resistance as they fight here up against the lovely lady herself. So a bit of a macro look on the battlefield. Looks like the 3 units of Jade Warriors in the back going to be getting away with absolute murder here. But we do have the Hell Riders getting into the back. They'll be compromising the broken Jade Warrior Halberds and maybe some of the Crossbows as well. Now Great Longmires moving into the rear side. Maybe see, it looks like here we are going to be getting a counter charge. Yes, fantastic counter charge. Loopy has been waiting for this moment and slam right into the backside there of the Hell Striders. And that is going to be them breaking rather quickly. In the middle, we are going to get a Pit of Shades though, and that certainly has kept the Jade Warrior Crossbows in place, and that is going to be some devastating damage. That's also going to prevent them from moving, and we'll be sucking them to the center there of what I imagine is this black hole. So it's like 1 unit here is going to be breaking, 2 units breaking actually, and it's just going to be 1 of the Jade Warrior Crossbows in the back. That's going to be the main DPS on the battlefield outside of the flying cavalry. For the majority, it looks like we do have an elite unit of the Demonettes. They're still going to be going quite nicely here up against the Halberds. They'll shred them in a matter of seconds. And it looks like the Cultist is still going to be going very strong. She's going to be at half health, 1.6k. And, she'll do very well. Bonus of infantry in melee combat with 400 weapon strength is something going to do quite nicely indeed. So in the sky, maybe a Fascination here. No, it's going to be a Seductive Glory, which is negative melee defense plus Rampage, which is actually going to be forcing that here on top of the Exalted Keeper of Secrets. Now, she does have Ballet of Blows, which can give plus 39 melee attack, plus bucket loads of armor piercing and base weapon damage increases, and she'll shred through and kill models with every single attack animation on these lovely cavalry contingents. Now, in the pocket, we do have the Dragon-Blooded Lord. He's going to be trying to charge through, maybe trying to see if we can catch the Exalted Keeper, but the Ballet of Blows has been activated, and we're going to be going to town on the Dragon-Blooded Lord. We are going to be using these scales of the Celestial Court, but we have magic damage here from most of the demons, so that there is really not going to offer too much here on the battlefield. Halberd charging back in, we are going to get some rear charges from the Great Longmire Riders. 75 charge bonus on 65 weapon strength for all the models being added up here is really, really going to do some great damage up against the Lord Choice. So we are going to get a Pit of Shades. That's going to do some brilliant stuff here up against the cavalry. That's going to shred through with bucket loads of armor piercing. But in the back, this is where it gets dangerous. Jade Warrior Crossbows firing into the backside of the Exalted Keeper. Now, she does have a shield, but you have to be facing in the right direction. But, oh no, that's going to be army losses! GG's and well played here to the Cathay and Loopy. Fantastic stuff. It looks like here the Crossbows came through and really finished off the day. Excellent stuff. That was a very, very quick end to the game there, something I certainly wasn't expecting, but what a fantastic game indeed. So the Exalted Keeper of Secrets coming in at 263 kills, 2,361 damage value. Very nice stuff. 1,100 for the Exalted Demonettes and 670. Considering how many crossbows we had on the battlefield, that's some pretty damn good work, I must say so. Cheap and cheerful chaff coming in the way of Jade Warriors. Really wasn't much to cling on to. So yeah, very well done there from the Exalted Demons. 1,080, 340 there for the Cavalry with 230 and 260. Cultists coming in at 320, plus also getting the summon there on top, which is going to be rather tasty indeed, with 260 and 188 there for the Furies. I do think maybe Furies weren't the way to go in this matchup. Of course, Furies with armor piercing at 550 gold cost are very, very strong indeed, I must say so. But, for 1,100 gold, we certainly could have invested somewhere else in the battlefield. But having mobility, especially this cheap mobility, is very, very handy indeed. Maybe if we could have brought 2 more Hellstriders, this game might have been just a little bit different. But, you'd have to try that out again there just to see. But the Marauders coming in at 500, 130, and 160. And then over from the side of Loopy, 1.5k for the Lord Choice. Very, very strong. The Dragon's Breath, of course, did some lovely work in the middle. The Jade Shield, very, very protective. And, of course, if you have the Lord passive, you're going to constantly keep activating that throughout the battlefield. 1.3k, 700 and 700 for the Great Longmires. I feel like they either do absolutely insane or they just do meh. There's kind of no in between, but they are an absolute must in this matchup. They really do keep all of the Furies at bay. So 480, 320, 460, and 380 there for the Jade Warrior Halberds, with the Crossbows coming at 540, 526, and then 2,672 for the Jade Warriors. That is where the big change came there at the game, which is why it was so surprising. They absolutely dumpstered the Lord Choice. That is some incredible value. These are the elite Jade Warriors that we all want them to be, but sadly have never seen so far. But look at that value. That is absolutely absurd. But 402, 207, and 106 there for the Jade Warriors. But what an awesome game. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's very rare that I do manage to get hold of a Slaanesh replay. So if you guys have any, do feel free to send them in. I'd love to cast some more. But if you do enjoy it, do feel free to smash that like button. Leave a comment down below. But of course, do be do be kind with all your comments. And subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribing really does help grow the channel. And, certainly puts a big smile on my face. If you want to do that, that'd be absolutely awesome. But yes, I've been your boy Logic. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all very, very soon.